Good evening and all aboard for this vital round 19 Betfred Championship clash between the Halifax Panthers and the York City Knights at Odsal Stadium. This crazy train of a season that Halifax are having in 2025. Plenty of changes that have gone on through this year. But Halifax, fresh off 2 consecutive wins against Toulouse and Batley, means that hopefully the playoffs aren't just shot in the dark, and that Kyle Eastman won't be paranoid about the drop zone. Well, anyways, let's get into the side and let's see what War Pigs Kyle Eastman has named the back line is that it was. First and foremost, against Batley, 23, David Nofaluma continues great form at fullback. 2, Charlie Graham with 2 tries against Batley, and James Saltonstall will try against Batley as well, keep their places on the wings. 4, Ben Crooks and 3 today on Sambu continue in the centres. Number 1, Louis Jouffre, recently named as halfback in the Rugby League World Team of the Month, keeps his place at halfback. James Woodburn-Hall drops out, but it's a very, very welcome back to George Whitby, number 32, whose last appearance for Halifax came in the reverse fixture at the LNAR Community Stadium, where his amazing solo try helped Halifax to a memorable win. Hopefully he can do the same tonight. In the pack, number 8, Brandon Douglas, 9, Adam O'Brien, and again a very welcome return for number 17, Will Calcott. In the back row, number 12, the evergreen Aaron Tangata, hopefully carrying on his heroics from last week. 19, Zach McComb, and 15, another welcome back to Connor Davies, being absent for a long time through injury, back to lock the scrum. On the bench for the Panthers, number 13, Jacob Fairbank, 14, Tom Inman, 33, Leon Cowan, and 34, Vila Halafihi, with a birthday boy, number 16, Ronan Dixon, as 18th man for Kyle Eastman's men. As we still wait for the sides to come out onto the pitch, let's go through the York side. Number 36, Toa Mata'afa at fullback, 35, Scott Galliano, and 34, Ben Jones Bishop, who always seems to score against us no matter who he plays for. Whether it's Salford, Sheffield, and indeed York this year. Hopefully that don't happen tonight. In the centres, number 3, Kieran Buchanan, and 20, Ollie Field. Halfbacks, and 1, Will Dagger, and 7, very familiar face for Halifax Panthers fans, number 7 and captain for York, Liam Harris, the danger man for the York side. In the front row, number 8, Jack Martin, 33, another X-Fax man, albeit on loan, Mitch Clark, and number 9, Paul McShane, another danger man for York. As the teams come out onto the field to a great roar from both sets of supporters, the vast majority of Halifax, the drums banging, the crowd are singing. It's a great atmosphere here. Continue with the sides, number 11, Jesse D, and 12, Connor Bailey in the back row. Locked up by 13, Jordan Thompson, another danger man, another experienced campaigner for the York side. And on the bench for the Knights, number 10, Brendan Santi, 19, Sam Cook, 21, Connor Fitzsimmons, and 31, Kieran Hudson. With number 2, Joe Brown, 18th man, the Mark Abogart men. The man in the middle, in so-called control of the game, is Matty Lynn. Halifax will have the kick-off. Playing from right to left towards the scoreboard end, the terracing end, shall we call it. They're just waiting for the game to get underway. Here we go, it's Whitby to kick off. Buzzer left, collected by Ben Bishop, handed on to Martin. There's three fast defenders who push him backwards. Great work there. Brandon Douglas, Adam O'Brien and Connor Davies involved straight away. Here's Thompson attacking Whitby. Whitby does well out by captain Ben Crooks. Just past the 20 metre line. McShane comes back towards the centre for Clark. Big collision with Douglas, but Douglas rides it well. Tries to get the offload away, but keeps all as they push him back further. Connor Davies again involved. Great work from the loose forward so far. Here's Martin again. Big collision from Tangata outside by Calcott. As York struggling to get out of their own 30 here. McShane brings on Clark. Good yards, much needed yards. Stuck towards halfway. Brought down by Calcott. Jouffre and O'Brien on the last one for the Knights. Goes back for Harris. Pressure from Jouffre. Plus it high. Nafuma waits, collects. No real pressure. Looking to counter attack, but York Knights defence put him down. 35 metres away from his own line. Here's Sambu, big collision there, but he rides it well. Look down Sambu. The man on loan for St Helens, brought down by Clark. Holding down, Adam O'Brien wants to quick clear the ball. Goes wide to Whitby, further on to McComb. McComb takes on D and Field, who bring him down and push him back. Here's Brandon Douglas, takes Fax past the 40 and still going towards halfway. It takes 4 men to bring him down. O'Brien goes right to Connor Davies, will take Halifax into York territory. Great yards there from the Welsh International, brought down just shy of York's 40 by McShane and Clark. Again, slow play the ball there by referee. Last one goes back to Jouffre, and Jouffre puts it high for Solenstorm to chase. Ben Bishop underneath, collects it, but Sambu puts him down alongside Calcott and Tangata on his own 10 metres. Now can Halifax still restrict this York yardage. Tangata, Jouffre and Douglas. The ball comes loose, referee rules play on. As York make the way past the 40. The ball spilled out, it was Galliano who did. Bailey to Buchanan. Important tackle coming in from Jouffre as York in the Halifax half for the first time. Here's Bailey again, another danger man for York. Just about brought down by Sambu. 25 metres away from the Halifax line. Harris. Double pump to Martin. Brought down by Sambu, Tangata and Calcott. 20 metres away from the Halifax line. Shane goes left. Thompson, short ball to D, looks a little bit forward, but the referee rules play on as York within 10 metres of the Halifax line. Still tackles here as McShane goes short to Clark, and Clark is trying to burrow his way over, but the ball goes backwards, collected by Calcott, but York push him over the dead ball line. Halifax players protested it as a knock on. The referee ruled it went backwards, and Halifax, when all said and done, probably won't mind that it's a goal line dropout, because it looked like Jesse D had powered over the line, reached out, but then the Halifax defence pushed him back. The ball spilled backwards, Calcott collected, but the York defence pushed him back over the dead ball line. And Nofaluma with a hanging dropout, not that much depth to it. And York will start the set 25 metres away from the Halifax line. Davies and McComb with a tackle. Here's Clark, takes on Douglas and Calcott. O'Brien comes in to add weight and they push him back further. Still 20 metres out York, McShane jumps back from dummy half. Loose ball, Dagger looked like he was a knock on. The referee rules play on. Whitby with a tackle on Holyfield, and York still have tackles here, but they've gone backwards. D with a great run into Halifax's 10 metre area here. Whitby and O'Brien with a tackle. York still with tackles in the bag. McShane finds Thompson. Further out to Harris. Long ball out for Buchanan, steps back on the inside, he's on due for it. Oh, important tackling from Tangata. Last one for York. Matafra at dummy half, he goes back to Harris. Harris grooves it towards the post, collected by McComb. Brilliant placement there from McComb. And Halifax survive the first defensive test of the evening. Adam Tangata's down in back play. That's the last thing that we need. As Crooks takes his tackle 12 metres out for his own line. I'm on Ryan, jumps down from dummy half, spies from York. Retreating defenders with the back to him and steals 15 metres there. Great play by the Halifax hooker. Here's Saltonstall. He'll find the 40 for Fax. O'Brien at dummy half. Wanting a quick play the ball. Goes centre field to Davies, and Davies, great footwork there. He'll take Halifax up and past the halfway line. O'Brien goes back to Dufresne on the last. He puts it high towards his near corner. Sambu, brilliant pressure on Ben Jones Bishop. As soon as he caught it, Sambu smashed him. And York will start 50 metres from the own line. Here's Matartha. Takes 4 Halifax men to stop his progress. Calcott, Dufresne, Sambu and Douglas. They go blind as Buchanan takes the tackle of Sambu and Dufresne. Just shy of the 40. Bailey feeds Galliano. Takes 3-4 men to stop his progress eventually. O'Brien, Davies, Douglas and O'Brien. Martin takes York. 10 metres inside the Halifax half. Last tackle. Coming up for the Knights. He goes back to Harris. He has all the time in the world to place his kick. Wide. Ben Jones Bishop's there. The ball bounces. It's a wicked bounce. Saltonstall's going to deal with this. And it just bounces on the touchline. Lucky because Buchanan collected it and put the ball down over the try line, but the touch judge right there on the spot rolled it, hit the line. Halifax had to play the ball 10 metres out from their own line. Still 0-0. Here's Charlie Graham. Drives the tackle well. 3 York Knights defenders, 4 York Knights defenders. Here's Crooks. Runs towards centre field. Good yards there. Gets his right arm out to fend. Here's Saltonstall. Good metres there. And still going. Great metres there for the Saltonstall. Must have made 20 metres on that run there. Quick play the ball to O'Brien. Uses the blind side. It goes to Dufresne. Sets back on the inside. He takes his tackle 5 metres inside the York Knights half. O'Brien. Long ball to Inman on the field already. Looks like he's come on for Tangata. Hopefully it's not too serious there. Last tackle for Fax. 40 metres away from the York line. It goes back to Whitby, and Whitby puts it high. Looking for Graham and Crooks to chase. Graham knocks it back. And the York man dives on it. And the referee rules was a knock on from Charlie Graham, so it's to play the ball for the York Knights. 15 metres away from their own line. It's a big arm wrestle at the moment. As Galliano takes it up. Goes on the top of Douglas, but O'Brien and Calcott there. Quick play the ball. Harris jumps out of dummy half. And feeds. Ben Jones Bishop makes some decent yards there as Clark takes York past halfway. Douglas, Dufresne and Davies struggle to get to grips with him. Here's Harris. Dummies finds Dagger onto D, and D well wrapped up there by McComb and Inman. We push him back a couple of metres. York 30 metres away from the Halifax line. Goes centre field to Martin. Big collision there. Douglas up top. Calcott down low. Last one for York. 20 metres out centre field. They come right. Harris finds Bailey. They're going to be trapped in possession here as Bailey takes his tackle 5 metres away from the Halifax line. Great defensive work there from the Frenchman. I'm not too sure if York miscounted there, but there weren't a real urgency for them to get to the kick. As Halifax will try and get out of territory with Deon Sambu. Big hit coming in from McShane and Bailey. A quick play ball from Sambu. Finds Saltonstall. Saltonstall hits and spins, but York pushing back, gets the offload away. Saltonstall, but he's knocked on. Silly offload. But the referees overrule, it's a penalty. Mitch Clark coming in, pushing Halifax man away, gloating at the result. Has overturned the decision of referee Matty Lynn. After a word with Liam Harris, the captain, asking to keep his players in control, and Halifax have got away with one there. Silly offload from James Saltonstall, 15 metres away from his own line. The ball was knocked on. I say Mitch Clark could see the penalties. George Whitby with a fantastic touch finder. Must have made 30 metres, 40 metres from that kick as Halifax will start to set off. 10 metres inside the York half. Calcott will bring us further in. 25 metres away from the York line. O'Brien finds Whitby back on the inside to Windman, spins the tackle, brought down by Jack Martin. O'Brien goes blind to Whitby, out the back to Nofaluma, steps back inside, but the York defence read it well. Halifax within 10 metres of the York line. Best attacking position so far for Halifax. Here's Whitby, runs across the line, shows and goes, nearly go through the gap. Important tackle coming in from Martin and Clark as Halifax centre field, 5 metres away from the line. O'Brien finds Jufrey, short ball to Davies. Davies hits and spins. Great defence from York, last one for Halifax. O'Brien waits a dummy half, finds Whitby, was it through to the in-goal area, perfectly weighted, and Halifax are going to trap Holyfield in goal. Brilliant attacking play there. And George Whitby pulling the strings in attack, like we've seen so often for Saints this year. Forcing, he's perfectly weighted, rubber kick, forcing the dropout as we still await the first score here. We're around 12 or so minutes gone, still 0-0 as Harris with the dropout, a deep one as well, over halfway, bounces, clipped by Whitby, hands on to Calcott, and Calcott with Ederstein, brilliant return back there, and Fax will start just inside the York half. Here's Douglas, will make 10-15 yards past York's 30. Halifax have all went at the moment. O'Brien shoots right and goes left. Jufrey hands it on to Davies. Davies still going despite the attention of 2 York men. Brandon Santee there. O'Brien finds Inman, throws a dummy to go over, but well brought down by the York defence. Still tackles here. Halifax less than 10 metres out. Jufrey, out back to Sambu, onto Saltonstall. Oh, knocks on at the last. Desperate defence coming in from Liam Harris, who looks to have injured himself on the concrete, very close to the pitch. And Ben Jones Bishop it was with the tackle, and James Saltonstall backing himself to have enough strength to go in the corner. But the impact of the tackle from Harris and Ben Jones Bishop just lodged the ball. Ben Jones Bishop was okay, but it's still concern for Liam Harris from the York team. He's making his way back onto the field, but he doesn't look all that good. He's not moving all that well as York start off the set. Galliano brought down, Inman down low, Whitby, McComb up top. York wanting the penalty with the referee, letting play continue as Thompson next 10 metres. Calcott and Douglas put him down. McShane finds Clark, and Clark brought down by Davies. Ben Jones Bishop was sorry, my mistake, as Martin will take York past halfway. 4 defenders in there. O'Brien, Calcott, McComb and Inman. Alright, centre field. Douglas and Davies working again. Last one. Harris puts it high. Nofaluma underneath it, collects it well. 5 metres away from his own line under all sorts of pressure from the York defence. As Saltonstall looks to make his way upfield. Great run there from Saltonstall, a leaving run. Looking for a quick play the ball to Dufresne. Goes wide to Nofaluma. Throws a dummy to Whitby. Looking to go between two defenders. Makes some decent yards there. Nofaluma fighting for a quick play the ball. Centre field to Douglas, and Douglas has a freedom to make 10-15 metres himself. Gets the offload away. That came off the York hand. He's knocked on. Surely that's back to one. And Dufresne looks to counter-attack. It is. He's 6 more tackles for Halifax. Oh, huge hit there from Jesse D. Dufresne gets straight back up, but he knows he's being clattered. He was knocked nearly off all the way to Leeds there. Was Louis Dufresne. Blimey. Play continues as Crooks takes a tackle just shy of halfway. O'Brien jumps out from dummy half, looking to spy some York defenders offside, but Santa does well from marker. Quick play the ball though. Here's Inman. Drops off Douglas, and Douglas takes on Machine. Still going Douglas. 25 metres out for the York line, still 0-0. O'Brien goes centre field to Whitby. Brings on Calcott. Calcott, great tackle down low from Martin. It's fast 15 metres out for the York line. Quick play the ball. O'Brien finds Inman. Out the back to Dufresne. Short ball to Davies. Oh, should have gone out the back. They'll queue it up out the back. 5 metres away from the line. Still tackles Halifax. Crappy play the ball. O'Brien finds Whitby. Throws a dummy. York defence weren't buying it. Less than 5 out. O'Brien finds Dufresne. Out the back to Nofaluma. Throws a dummy. Steps back on the inside. Still going off. He gets no foot to Crooks and out to Alexander Graham. And Graham is in. Graham will open and scoring for Halifax. And Charlie Graham continuing his great form. His third try in 2 matches. And Halifax score first. After around about 18 minutes here at Odsal Stadium. Lovely set-up play. It was the old slow down and speed up trick as Dufresne found Nofaluma through the dummy. It looked like the York defence had wrapped him up. He managed to get the offload away to Crooks. And Crooks drew the wing, fed Graham, and Graham crossed over. Coming in about 10 metres to improve the angle slightly for George Whitby. Halifax 4-0 up. Brilliant play. Now can Whitby? He kicked a goal against York in reverse fixture. Can he start the evening off with a conversion attempt? A successful conversion attempt. He's 9 metres in from touch, 21 metres out on that far side. Up he steps. It's certainly high enough and long enough, but he's just sliced it. So score remains 4 points to 0 to the Halifax Panthers as Adam Tangata is back on the bench. And he looks sprightly. That's really good news. Looks like he'll be fit enough to come back onto the field. And this arm wrestle of the game, which Halifax probably have shaved a little bit, has got his first score as Halifax 4-0 up. Harris kicks back off. Whitby collects, hands off to Calcott. Bumps off Santiago, well held by Martin. Halifax looks to try and get out of territory. Nofaluma feeds Douglas, and Douglas, who's been running really well so far this game, finds a 20 for Fax. O'Brien, Inman goes blind. Davies sets back on the inside again. He's running well. Still making a despite the attention of 3 defenders. Saltonstall wants it quickly. He gets it. He goes back on the centre field. Oh, nearly got the offload away from McComb. It's an important tackle coming in from Holyfield. Plays the ball to Nofaluma, who steals 5 or so metres from dummy half. Last one, it goes to Whitby, and Whitby puts it high towards the corner, collected by Galliano on that side, 10 metres out for his own line. It's a great chase led by Zach McComb. joined by Inman and Crooks, who complete the tackle. As York really struggling to get out of yardage. Ben Jones Bishop, big hit there coming in from his ex-teammate Brandon Douglas. Harris, long ball to Dagger, onto D, and a massive shot there from Crooks. Brilliant shot there. And D fell that one as Dagger jumps out from dummy half and steals a few yards for York. Plays the ball on his own 40, McShane. Finds Mataafu, brings York into Halifax territory. Good defence there from Inman, O'Brien and Douglas. Last one for York. Goes back to Harris. Harris puts it high. He's very shallow. Jones Bishop bats it back, but he goes down to Tom Inman, and Tim Inman has a bit of broken field ahead of him. But he's put down by Santi. That's a great defensive win for Halifax. They'll start to set off. 10 metres shy of halfway. Here's Saltonstall, who'll bring Halifax to halfway. As Brandon Douglas leaves the field to be replaced by Leon Cowan, I think it is. It's Calcott with a great run there, finding the York 40. O'Brien finds Whitby, brings on McComb on the angle. Wrapped up there by McShane. Looks to be a little bit high, a bit of a grapple tackle, but the referee rules play on in the dummy half. Here is Cowan. Good yards there, brought down. Less than 20 out from the York line. O'Brien jumps out from dummy half. Finds a Tangata back onto the field too. Takes 3 York defenders to put him down. They're trying to drag him out to the Odsal touchline, but he's held. Last one, Halifax 5 metres out from the York line. Goes to Dufresne. Crossfield kick looking for Crooks and Graham. Oh, well taken there by Galliano. McComb has to make the tackle and does. Because Galliano would have been away. Here's Field. As York survived that test there, and they're making yards a lot easier this time. Calcott with the tackle. Here's Mataafa. Put down by Dufresne and just shy of halfway. Harris finds number 31, Kieran Hudson, onto the field. Well dealt with though by McComb. Belts out by Calcott. 10 metres inside the Halifax half. Harris, dummy drops off. Finds Santi, who slips at the vital moment. Stopped there by Davies and Tangata. Last one for York. On the 30, Harris puts it up. Who's going to claim it? Saltonstall underneath it. Brilliant take. And looks to make the break. James Saltonstall. Oh! The referee's called it back. The referee, Matty, I'm not too sure what he's given here. There's a rule that a York chaser was taken out off the ball. Mataafa was down on his haunches. He's got up now. He still hasn't signalled what it's for, Matty Lynn. Yeah, his rule that the York chaser was herded off the ball. And York 12 metres out for the Halifax line. No chance of going for goal. Liam Harris taps and goes blindside. Bailey needs the full force. The Dane Sambu tackle brought down just shy of the line. Harris short ball to Santos to twist his way over the line. Desperate defence coming in from Inman and Jacob Fairbank on the field. Just putting down Sean McShane, scheme at dummy half. Loose pass to Harris. It bounces to Dagger. Dagger throws a dummy. Loves broken field. He's Will Dagger. Oh. Douglas and Inman just putting down. Fairbank and Inman just put it down. McShane jumping out from dummy half. Finds Harris. Drops it off for Hudson. 6 again, the referee rules. Only 6 tackles here for York and Halifax's line. McShane. Tackled by him, and the referee ruled he was offside. As Halifax clinging on. Tap and go, Harris. Short to Buchanan. Put down by Sambu, Tangata, and Dufresne. Massive pressure on the Halifax line now. Harris runs cross field, brings in Thompson. Good collision there from Fairbank. O'Brien down low. York 5 out, centre field. McShane goes left, finds Dagger, throws a dummy. Good defence there from Inman and McComb. As York still 5 Metres out. Ooh, Neil lost the ball. They play the ball. Referee rules are kept hold. As Hudson goes direct. O'Brien and Fairbank putting down less than 5 out. Centre field. McShane waits at dummy half. Goes left. Dagger. Back on the inside to Matt Arthur. Brilliant tackle down low from O'Brien. Last one for the Knights. McShane. Short ball to Thompson. Anton Harris. Sets back on the inside. Goes for a good kick. Solostall lets it go dead. That's a brilliant defensive win for Halifax. Fantastic work. They get the 7 tackles set for the 20-metre tap, but they're in no rush. After surviving multiple sets on their own line. As Giuffre taps and goes. Andrew Solostall looks high from Santi, but again the referee letting play continue. Halifax still got a penalty yet. Sambu makes some great yards. Put down by Buchanan. And Bailey just shy of halfway. Here's Cowan. Great yards after contact. Brilliant run. Hudson Santo again with Sambu to Cowan. Just shy of 40. Here's Whitby. Out the back to Nofaluma. Brings on Crooks on the angle. Great tackle down low by Santi. Still tackles Halifax. Cowan takes to the line, finds Whitby. Whitby, oh, through the ball, Stanitar. Harris went for the interception but knocked on. And Tanatar, who went off for a head injury assessment, who passed it, back on the field and back in the action as Halifax have another set of 6 here. It's an attacking scrum which they've brought, not quite centre, they've brought 5 metres. 5 metres or so to the right. As play stopped. Because the York man, I think it's Kieran Hudson getting some treatment from the physio. And it just allows both sides, Halifax special, to get some water on board after having 2-3 sets of 6 camped for their own line. Still 4-0 to Halifax thanks to that Charlie Graham try. I think it's Hudson who's getting strapped up, must have got a knock. It's a very long stoppage. Just don't know who this favours more. Does it favour York to get a bit reset, or does it favour Halifax? Let's have a bit of a breather on that defensive stint. Halifax are building a little bit of momentum though. As finally the Visio leaves the field. After strapping up Hudson, it's going to be a scrum 25 metres away from the York line to Halifax. Due for the fee, Nofaluma breaks late, but he goes the other way. O'Brien goes from the base of the scrum, fooled everyone, I think. Here's Tangata. Close to the rope but still making yards. Great run there from Tangata, brought down by McShane to Thompson and Hudson there. Here's Inman, brings on Cowan. Brilliant run from Cowan. It's going to be a penalty for offside for York. York caught offside and Halifax do the carry on with possession, or do they go for 2? And the signal came very quickly from the sideline to go for 2. 5 metres out from the line, right underneath the posts. Such a crucial game. You take the points when they come, and that's exactly what hopefully George Whitby will do. He's taking the ball back 13 metres, but it's bang in front of the posts. As Whitby steps up, he's Strikes it well, straight through the post. The flags are up. And Halifax increase the lead from 4 to 6 points to 0. Coming up towards the half-hour mark here at Odsal Stadium. And Halifax, a great first half so far. Harris with the kick-off. Collected by Whitby once more in his in-goal area. Hands it on to Cowan, and Cowan. Oh, big collision with D. But Cowan rides it well. Here's Nofaluma, a short ball to Fairbank. Bit of an hospital ball that, but Fairbank does well. As Halifax struggling to make yards here. Here's Tangata, great run there. Next 10-15 metres from that ball there is Alafihi onto the field. Into an half-back. Brings on Sambu, and Halifax making yards now, up towards halfway. Halafihi finds Dufresne, runs cross field, short ball to Fairbairn. That's where he wants the ball. York asking for a knock on, none coming. Last one, Whitby puts it high. It's going to be too deep for the chaser. There's too deep altogether. Oh no, the referee's ruled he's in the field of play. I think Galliano's hard done by there. He definitely put one foot in the in-goal area, but the referee ruled it was lifted. And play continues as York through Ben Jones Bishop just outside their own 20. And here's Sam Cook brought down by Halafihi. Here's Fitzsimmons. Always a strong runner to take York past halfway, despite the attentions of Tangata and Dufresne. Shane comes back centre field. Harris drops off for Hudson. Meets Halafihi head on. Cowan goes down low. That's up by Tangata, who stopped his progress 10 metres inside Halifax half. Last one goes back to Harris. Harris puts it high towards this near corner. Saltonstall waits, collects. And York looks to carry him over the touchline, but Saltonstall strong enough to still stay in the field of play. Dufresne finds Nofaluma. Good yards there. The next West Tigers man. Here's Saltonstall again. Always puts his hand up for runs. Will bring Halifax outside their own 20. Slow play the ball yet again. Here's Whitby. Applies a break, sets back on the inside because the York defence shot up. Takes his tackle 25 metres away from his own line. Here's McComb, footwork at the line. And we'll bring Halifax within 10 metres of the halfway line. Last one goes back to Dufresne. Long kick downfield, collects on the fly by Ben Jones Bishop, his own 10. And Halifax defence through Tangata and Fairbank will bring him down 15 metres shy of halfway. Here's Buchanan. Great run there, well defended by Fairbank. Harris, short ball to Matt Arthur. Well brought down by Fairbank, but York making easy eaters here. Dagger brings on D. Good shot there from Alafihi and Cowan. As York within 25 metres of the Halifax line. McShane finds Harris. Brings on Bailey on the angle. Alafihi and Fairbank stop his progress. Eventually 10 metres out. Last one for York. Centre field, options left and right here for McShane. He goes right to Harris. Harris sits back on the inside. Still going Liam Harris. But well defended there by Jacob Fairbank and Louis Dufresne. And again, not for the first time, York not that bothered about getting to the kick, just turning the ball over deep inside Halifax's territory. Saltonstall takes his tackle 10 metres away from his own line. Here's Sambu. Halafihi wanting a penalty for above the horizontal lift, but play continues. Here's Saltonstall again. Fighting for a quick play of the ball. Again, scrappy ruck here. The referee being consistent for both sides though. Here's Inman. Trying to get out of the clutches of Fitzsimmons, but McShane puts him down. Here's Fairbank, short ball to Tangata. Nice play there as Halifax find halfway. Last one, Halifax goes back for Whitby, and Whitby puts it high despite the pressure of Harris. No matter half away, it's underneath. Gillette puts a wall of blue and white in front of him, and it's brought down 25 metres away from his own line. Quick play the ball, Galliano will bring York past their own 40 as McComb and Halifax with a tackle. Slow play the ball. Here's Ben Jones Bishop, will take York past halfway. Halifax down low. Tangata and Fairbank up top. McShane finds Thompson. Throws a dummy. Not fooling McComb and Cowan, who put him down. Just less than 30 metres out. McShane uses the blind side. Dagger sets back on the inside. Important tackle there from McComb. Brilliant ball and all tackle there from McComb. Helped out by Fairbank, who puts him down. Last one for York. 12 metres away from the line. Thompson takes to the line, finds Harris, brings it on for Bailey. Bailey bumps off Halifax again. York not getting to a kick. I don't know if it's on purpose or not, but I think that's 3 or 4 times where York have had good field position in the last play and they've not gone to a kick. Just seem to be content in turning no possession inside Halifax's 10. And play starts again as Crooks makes yards despite the attention of 3 York defenders. Halifax waits, goes to Graham. Good yards there. Gets brought down 15 metres away from his own line as York ramping up the efforts in defence. Here's Nofaluma. Wide ball to Sambu. Here's Saltonstall, sets back on the inside into safety, but decent play there for Halifax. Just shy of their own 40 metres. Here's Nofaluma again. Great yards after contact there. Slow play the ball again. Halifax wants it quickly. He's telling everyone where he wants it. Here's Inman. Short ball to Cowan, and Cowan. Brilliant yards there from Cowan. Gets Halifax within 40 metres of the York line. Here's Whitby on the last. Puts it high, looking for Graham and Crooks to chase. Matt Arthur jumps and brilliant take there. But Crooks tackles him where he stands. Quick play the ball and Buchanan. Brought down by Halifax, Tangata and Cowan. Great run there from Holyfield. Much needed yards there for York. Gets brought down his own 40 by Fairbank. Harris runs out from Dunlea, finds Ben Jones Bishop. Brilliant tackle there from him on his ankles. Finished off by Tangata up top, but York ramping up the pace here. Quick play the balls to Buchanan. Brings York to within 30 of the Halifax line. Last one. The left foot kick this time as Harris. Cross field. Graham underneath it. Brilliant take by Graham. Less than 10 out from his own line. And Halifax will win a penalty as well for offside. First penalty of the game. Second penalty, sorry, my mistake. There's Matty Lane leaving up the penalty count. Not that great a touch finder though. But Crooks takes it quickly and catches the York defence unawares and will take Halifax up to and over the halfway line. Brilliant run for the captain. And again, scrappy play the ball. Referee letting it go. Here's Fairbank. Thought about the short pass to Cowan, but he just takes on himself. There's Fax within 40 metres of that York line. Halifax waits. Finds Whitby. Out of the back to Nofaluma. Sets back on the inside. Now through the gap. Important tackle coming in from Jesse D. Halifax. 15 metres out from the line. Halifax goes blind. Spies the gap, but the door closes. As Hudson makes an important tackle. 5 metres out from the line. Here's Inman. Finds Whitby. Steps back on the inside. Long ball out. The ball bounces. It's a poor pass from Whitby though. It was a bit of a Hail Mary and York get out of jail as Ben Jones Bishop dives on the ball. 15 metres out from his own line. Buchanan pushed backwards by Dufresne and Tangata. York. Nothing lost, nothing gained there. Here's Galliano. Big shot there from Fairbank. Helped out by Inman and Tangata as York inching the way towards their own 30. McShane finds Thompson. Goes between Dufresne and Sambu, but they still managed to make the tackle. Just shy of halfway, McShane finds Harris. Drops it off for Fitzsimmons, and again, big shot there from Fairbank. Held out by Cowan, last one for York. Harris, no pressure on him. Puss it high. Ben Jones Bishop's collect, chasing, oh, he's knocked it on. So it was MacArthur who was chasing. James Saltonstall just standing there waiting for the ball, and MacArthur jumped and nearly collected the ball but knocked on. Halifax survived that one. And they'll start to set off 10 metres out for their own line. Saltonstall, who else? Taking the ball up first. Making 8 metres for his side. Alafihi finds McComb. Tries to bump off McShane. Reinforcements arrive in the shape of Fitzsimmons and Thompson. Fax 25 metres out from their own line. Here's Fairbank. Takes the line, throws a dummy, but Hudson won't to be fooled. Alafihi waits at dummy half. Goes there to Dufresne, brings on Tangata. Back towards centre field. Good tackle coming in from Fitzsimmons there. Quick play the ball though. Halifax jumps out from dummy half. Finds Sambu. Struggles with the ball and collects it just before the York defence got to him. Last one for Fax. Halifax goes blind. Dribbles it into touch. Not a bad option there. As opposed in less than 5 minutes to run his first half. But York will start to set off 25 metres away from their own line. They're taking it 10 metres to the left hand side there. I'm not sure of that why, but play continues as McComb makes a tackle on Galliano. McShane uses the blind side. Goes to Dagger, sets back on the inside. A well tackled there by Whitby. Brilliant shot there. Great ball and all tackle from the Saints youngster. Thompson finds Harris, brings on Bailey on the angle, but Inman and Alafihi were waiting. Fairbank goes down low to finish off a tackle. Around about 2 minutes to go here in this first half as Harris sets back on the inside. Well wrapped up there by Veal Alafihi. McShane, long ball to Fitzsimmons, who just goes direct centre field. Last one for York. 20 metres out. We go right to Harris. Harris, short ball to Buchanan through the gap. Oh, he's looking to be forward pass. He looks like his referee's rule has gone back. McShane, crossfield kick. Brilliant for Galliano. Oh, Fields knocked it on. Still referee says it's gone backwards. And Noyes finally realised that when he knocked the ball forward, it's a knock on. And Halifax survived that. All the time there. Paul McShane with a brilliant kick toward the corner as the half-time hooter goes. And a tight first half here at Odsal Stadium, which Halifax edge. A real arm wrestle for the first quarter of an hour, but Halifax got the vital first score after great work from Dufresne and Nofaluma. Charlie Graham finished off to the right. George Whitby unsuccessful with the conversion, but kicked a penalty 10 minutes later. As York starting to threaten as the half came to the close, but a half time here in this really important round of 19 Betfred Championship clash. Half time score, Halifax Panthers 6, York Knights 0. Welcome back to the second half of this Betfred Championship round 19 clash between Halifax Panthers and the York Knights, and it's a very close affair. Halifax just edging the first half 6 points to 0 with a Charlie Graham try and a George Whitby penalty. Huge 40 minutes coming up for Halifax's playoff ambitions, looking to make it 3 wins on the spin. And York looking to continue being the pace setters of the Betfred Championship. Harris kicks off. In his second half, Whitby underneath hands it on to Cowan, and Cowan bumps off the challenger Hudson. And plays the ball 15 metres away from his own line. Here's Fairbank. Takes 3 yard defence to put him down on his own 20 metre line. Halifax goes blind. Tangata sets back on the inside, keeping the markers interested. He's brought down just shy of his own 30. Halifax finds Inman. Third on to Whitby, takes to the line. Here's Nofaluma. Nofaluma sets back on the inside. Good tackle in from Dagger, but can't stop Nofaluma going past halfway. Whitby at dummy half, finds McComb. He'll make 10 good metres there for Fax. Here's the last one. Slow play the ball. Goes back to Whitby. Puts it high. Looking for Crooks and Graham to chase. That's half underneath it. Graham makes the tackle. Crooks saying he was impeded. But play goes on. As Galliano makes a wall of blue and white in front of him. Halifax leading it alongside Zach McComb. Here's Ben Jones Bishop, sorry. 3 men pulling down Halifax again alongside Inman and Jacob Fairbank. McShane finds Hudson. Bumps off Fairbank, but Tangata, Cowan and Inman stop his progress just over his own 40 metre line. McShane jumps out from dummy half, throws a dummy, shakes off a chance Halifax, but put down by Fairbank and Tangata. Last one for York. Just over the halfway line, Harris puts it up under no real pressure. Saltonstall underneath it, but Ben Jones Bishop gets to it first on the jump but knocks it forward. And James Saltonstall, not for the first time, just standing there waiting, needs to jump up for the ball. Because Ben Jones Bishop got to that far too easily. And if it had gone backwards, there were a few York players there, but as it is, he knocks on and play continues, and Saltonstall does what he does best and brings the ball out of danger for Fax. Quick play the ball to Halifax, finds Fairbank. Oh, Graham was there in support. But Fairbank brought down by Fitzsimmons and McShane. Halifax shoots right and goes left, finds Inman. Good footwork at the line. But brought down by Hudson and McShane. 5 metres shy of halfway. Halifax goes centre field to Fairbank. On to Whitby. Out the back to Nofaluma. Short ball to Crooks. Gets back on the inside. Spins the tackle. But eventually brought down by D, Field and Dagger. 10 metres inside. York half. Whitby takes the ball in, but gets the offload to Halifax. Finds Fairbank. Throws a dummy. Steps back on the inside. Wrapped up by Fitzsimmons. Last one for Fax. He goes back to Dufresne. Dufresne, no real pressure on him. Digs it towards the corner. Played down by Matt Arthur, but brought down straight away by Saltonstall and Sambu. Less than 5 metres out. Here's Ben Jones Bishop. Good hit there by Leon Cowan. Brings him straight down. Let's quick play the ball. Galliano makes some decent metres for his side. Brought down by Halifax, but it's a quick play the ball. Harris jumps out from dummy half, steals 10-15 metres, gets the ball away. Ben Jones Bishop knocks it backwards. Oh, Halifax just standing there, wanting the decision, and Ben Jones Bishop stole 20 metres there. York getting a bit of a roll on Buchanan. Inside the Halifax 30, important tackle there by Sambu and Tangata. Last one for York. Harris, no real pressure again. Crossfield kick. Galliano underneath it, knocks it backwards to Field, but well wrapped up there by Graham and Crooks. Brilliant defence there. Clever tactic, waiting for York to claim it and then tackling them there. As Halifax trying out the Dillon territory through Charlie Graham, gets brought down 25 metres away from his own line. Here's Nofaluma. Long ball out for Dufresne. Halifax going wide early. Sambu sets back on the inside, but important tackle there from Buchanan. Here's Tangata. Takes on Fitzsimmons, but McShane goes low to bring him down. 10 metres shy of the halfway line. Here's Fairbank. Alley back to Whitby. Whitby throws a dummy in it. Spins the tackle. Oh, just needed some support there, but D and Thompson wrap him up 10 metres inside their own half. Here's Fairbank. Finds Dufresne. Short ball to Tangata. On the angle. Takes 3 York men to put him down. Harris Fitzsimmons. And Hudson, last one. Dufresne dribbles it towards the corner. Brilliant kick there. Oh, but it's hit the corner flag. I thought it judged that perfectly, but it's hit the corner flag. So it's a 7 tackle set from the 20 metre tap for York. And Buchanan will steal 10 metres for York, and Harris with no markers there jumps out and steals another 15 metres for York. They're already at halfway. Chain finds Thompson. Will just trundle the ball up into Halifax territory. Wrapped up by McComb, Whitby and Cowan. 5 metres inside Halifax's half. McShane picks up one hand, hands on to Dagger. Further on to D, sets back on the inside, hands off Whitby. Whitby goes in for more. Brilliant tackle down low by Whitby. Finished off by Cowan as York. 25 metres away from the Fax line. Here's Clark. Gets the ball away to Fitzsimmons. Great offload. Fitzsimmons offload to Dagger. Long ball out to Galliano behind, so it goes back to the inside. Brilliant tackle from Whitby down low. Crooks up top as York. Less than 5 away for the Fax line. Here's Fitzsimmons. Runs towards the post. 3 men put him down. Fairbank. McComb and Inman. Last one for York. Options left and right for McShane. He goes himself. Brings on Thompson on the angle. Desperate defence for Halifax. Brilliant play. Leon Cowan, Tom Inman and Jacob Fairbank. All hands on deck to wrap up Jordan Thompson, who was desperate to get the ball away. He's stopped less than 5 away from the line. As Halifax win the changes. Calcott and Douglas back onto the field with Cowan. Cowan, I think it's Fairbank that's come off the field as Crooks. With the ball, struggling to make any escape that territory is Calcott. Great yards there from Will Calcott. Brilliant run. Brings Halifax within 10 of halfway. Here's Douglas. We're going Fax to within 5 of halfway. Here's Inman. Got to be slightly forward, but play goes on as Inman brings the ball into York's territory. Last one goes back to Whitby under pressure from Thompson, but puts it high. Too far for Halifax chasing, but they do well. Galliano gets the way to Matt Arthur. Broken field ahead of him, but Inman with a great tackle down low. McComb up top. Scrappy play the ball, but Matty Lynn has been very consistent in letting everything go at the ruck. As Alifihi and Calcott bring down Holyfield. Here's Clark. Thought about the pass to Harris, but the ball comes out, goes backwards, and Matt Arthur will bring York into Halifax's territory. The tackle coming in from Calcott on his own 14. McShane finds Dagger, sits back on the inside. Brilliant tackle from Inman. Sure, that's a knock on, it is. And Tom Inman with the biggest grin in Odsal there. Brilliant tackle down low. And Will Dagger, in too much of a rush to get up and play the ball, use the ball to push himself up, but the ball came loose, and the referee, Matty Lynn, ruled as a knock on. As I'm making the first error of this half, goes Halifax's way, and they'll have the scrum. 25 metres away from their own line, which Whitby will feed. Alafihi finds Sambu, and Sambu brought down by Harris. Slow play the ball again. Matty letting all sorts go at the ruck as Douglas. Great yards there. Will bring Halifax up towards halfway. Alafihi waits at dummy half, finds Inman. Short ball to Calcott, and Calcott sets back on the angle, still making yards despite 3 York men on him. Great run by Will Calcott. Here's Inman, short ball to Douglas. Great yards there for Halifax, just coming up to the York 20 metre line. Halifax goes left to Jufrey, hop, skip and a jump, finds Tangata on the angle. Important tackle there from McShane. From Thompson, sorry. Halifax jumps down with dummy half, finds Jufrey on the angle. Short ball, Whitby. Oh, wrapped up by the York defence. on the last. It was Halifax running the power play, but using the same tactics that York in the first half. Happy to concede. Possession 5 metres away from the line, challenging York to get out of their own territory. Galliano loses the ball on the zero tackle. Here's McComb. McComb looking to go through the gap. Put down by Liam Harris. Halifax with a golden chance to increase the lead here. Less than 10 out. Here's Calcott. Brought down by 3 York defenders. Oh, but he's knocked on. Commentators curse there. But credit the York defence. I think it's Sam Cook. Fresh onto the field that's forced that mistake. And just as it looked that Halifax had the perfect chance to increase the lead, Will Calcott knocks the ball on the tackle, and York had the scrum 10 metres out away from their own line. Great defence coming in from Crooks there on field. Quick play the ball though as Fitzsimmons runs centre field but meets Halafihi and Tangata waiting for him. Quick play the ball though. Here's Clark. Takes on Calcott and McComb, who put him down just shy of his own 40. Cook at Dumyard, picks up one-handed. Take up himself and will bring York to halfway despite the attention of Tangata and Calcott. Dagger finds Martin back onto the field. Brought down by Inman and Halafihi. York go blind to Harris on the last one. Big boot, big bomb. It's very, very shallow. The ball bounces and it goes out into touch. The whole commentator used to say never let a rugby league ball bounce. But Halifax took the chance. And the ball bounced out into touch, and now they play the ball 20 metres out from their own line, centre field. Odsal takes the first try, but York pushing backwards. Play the ball though. Here's Sambu. Runs towards centre field, it's brought down on the 30, sorry. Whitby finds McComb, so it's back on the inside. But missed really good yards off the contact there, despite the attentions of Cook and Martin. Halafihi waits at dummy half, goes centre field to Inman. Inman chips over the top. Measured kick towards the touchline, and Matt Half has a position there. Hands off Spindles Bishop and from Inman with a brilliant chase. York nearly architects their own downfall there as Bishop tackled 2 metres away from his own line as Halifax looking to turn the screw here in defence. Douglas with a tackle on Dagger there. Galliano bumps off Douglas, but Inman and Calcott are there as York are really struggling to get their own territory here. Barely out their own 10. Here's Field, but well put down by Inman. Quick play the ball though. Cook jumps out dummy half, finds Jesse D. Sets out a challenge of Calcott, hands it off to Bailey. Bailey's still going, gets the offload away to Matt Arthur. Finds Martin as York. Great shot there from Brandon Douglas. On his opposite number. And Martin didn't like that. Last one for York. Harris puts up a spiralling bomb. Nofaloom underneath it, collects it comfortably. Looking to counter attack, nearly through the gap. Stopped by Buchanan. And finally the referee gives a penalty. To the delight of the crowd of Zach McComb, celebrating like it's a try. And I think I make it after around about an hour here. The first penalty at the ruck that Matt Lynn's given. And a great touch-finding kick. We'll take Fax within 25 metres of the York line. Saltonstall taps and goes himself and will steal 10 metres himself. Here's Douglas. Ball by the pass, but goes himself. Oh, that looks a bit high from Martin, but referee rules. Play on. Halifax less than 10 out. Centre field. Options left and right. Halafihi goes left to Jufre. Short ball to Tangata. Goes between 2 York men, nearly over the line. But brought down just short. Still tackles in the bag for Halifax. Halifax knocks the ball on, under pressure from the York defence. Now, if we're being that hypercritical to the referee, there weren't that much difference between that and what Tom Inman did to McShane in the first half. But it's an error for Halifax. And again, with great field position, with coughed up possession again. Something that Kyle Eastman said he wanted to eradicate from the players in last week's performance. But instead York had a chance to get away from the danger area, but not with the defensive effort of Zach McCrone and George Whitby on all the field there. Brilliant defensive work. Here's Martin, takes on Cal Cotton McComb. Still making yards though. Eventually brought down 25 metres away from his own line. Cook goes blind to D. Great tackle down low by Whitby. Up top from Crooks. Dagger brings on Clark. Brilliant tackle from Crooks. Fantastic tackle. Clark gets the ball away. Sure, that's a knock on. And that's definitely a knock on from Dagger. If he won the first time, it's definitely the second time. And again, Halifax celebrating like it's a try. As do the crowd, as they can sense that Halifax are getting on top of this game, and if they can just manage one more score in this period, it puts them even more in control. They'll have the scrum 10 metres inside the York half, centre field. Whitby to feed. There's plenty of chat in the back line. Halifax from the back of the scrum finds Jufrey, brings on Sambu. Big shot from Harris, and then from Matahafa. Halifax will start to set off 30 metres away from the York line as Tangata carries the play on up towards the 20. Jufrey brings on Inman. There's 3 York men waiting for him and pushing backwards. I think Halifax have lost yards there from that one. They're stacking it blind. Jufrey, early ball to Tangata, so it's back on the inside. It's brought down by Thompson and Martin inside their own 20. Jufrey runs across the line, finds Whitby, chips towards the corner, collected by Galliano, but Whitby chases his own kick. Brilliant play there from Whitby, early kick, but chases it to make a really good defensive win, and York again struggling to get their own territory. Galliano it was that time. Here's Cook, brilliant run from dummies, hands on to Ben Jones Bishop's away. Makes the break, Charlie Graham can't get near it, York has scored! Oh, what a sucker punch, and it's that man, the man who always seems to score against Halifax, Ben Jones Bishop, who scores the try underneath the posts to no doubt level this game. Coming up to the hour mark, and York have barely got out of their own half, all second half. Breakaway with Sam Cook, jumped out of dummy half, through the dummy, and made the break up field with Ben Jones Bishop in support. Charlie Graham did his best, but Ben Jones Bishop, once he gets in the clear, there's no one catching him. And Halifax look like going to go 12-0 up, and now going to be level. An absolute sucker punch there. And Liam Harris from bang in front will no doubt turn this 4-6 and level this game up. Which he does. And that is a sickener for Halifax, absolute sickener. But what response now? Adam O'Brien coming back onto the field, waiting at the halfway line. What response from both sides? Will that give York the belief to come back and win this game, or will Halifax? Will it give Halifax a kick on the backside? Massive 20 minutes left in this game. Whitby to kick off. Goes long and deep to left. Ben Jones Bishops collects, hands on to Martin, and Martin. Great run. Back, put down by Tangata, Sambu and Jufrey. Cook at dummy half again. Stealing 10 metres. They need to get hold of him. Usually it's said that when McShane goes off the field, York lose a lot of their attacking impetus, but that's been a total opposite tonight. Full credit to Sam Cook. As Clark will take York past halfway towards the 40 metre line. We're really picking up the pace here. Here's MacArthur. As York within 20 metres of the line now. Quick play the ball, Cook. No markers there. Here's Harris. Finds Buchanan, steps back on the inside. Important tackle coming in from Calcott there. On the last for York, and again York running the power play. Turning over possession less than 10 metres away from the Halifax line. Play will stop because Brandon Douglas is down in midfield. Getting attention from the physio, Nick Taylor, who signals to the bench, taps on his head. It's another HIA. And Brandon Douglas will be off for the next 15 minutes. Being led off the field by Nick Taylor, the physio. I'm not too sure who's coming on for him now. It's Leon Cowan that's come back on for Douglas, who hopefully is okay. Not just the rest of this game, but a huge derby game next week against Bradford. Jufrey plays the ball on his own 10. Here's Saltonstall as York is stepping up their efforts in defence now. They sense they're well back in this game now. As Crooks carries on. Again, rough defence from York. As Halifax struggling to make yards here. Saltonstall again. Brought down by Martin, Thompson and Buchanan. On his own 30. O'Brien, short ball to Calcott. He'll make some brilliant yards past halfway. Fantastic run there from Calcott. Rescues a bit of momentum there for Halifax. O'Brien shoots left and goes right. Whitby close to the road, back finds Nofaluma, but the York defence wise to it. Last one for Fax, 25 metres out away from the York line. Goes back for Whitby. Whitby puts it high. Crooks chasing it. MacArthur collects it and is tackled in the air by Crooks. Poor timing there for the Halifax captain. And he just gives York a golden chance to get out of territory, which Harris will do. He'll kick York up to the halfway line. Brilliant touch finder there from Liam Harris. And York through field will get to within 40 metres of the Halifax line. McShane back onto the field. Finds Thompson. Thompson makes some great yards there. Up towards Halifax 20. Halifax just need to stiffen up in defence here a little bit. McShane finds Cook, throws a dummy. Halifax wise to it this time. It's Cowan and Calcott put him down 10 metres out. He's come up second best there as Sam Cook. Gingerly gets up to his feet to play the ball. McShane finds Martin. Martin brought down by three fast defenders. Cowan, McComb and Whitby. Still tackles here for York. McShane scheming. Short ball to Thompson. Stopped by three fast defenders. Cowan, O'Brien and Calcott. Last one for the Knights. McShane finds Harris. Harris out the back to MacArthur. Short ball to Buchanan. Again York Ruined the power play, but they got a penalty for an high tackle. Referee and touch judge ruling there's a high tackle. Now De York go for the penalty shot at goal. Or do the tap and go here. Around 15 minutes left to go here in this game. York in a tap and go. Less than 5 metres out from the Halifax line. As Thompson takes it in to start the set off. McShane brings on Santi from deep, and Santi twisting and turning, but desperate defence there from Cowan and Inman. McShane twists over from dummy half, and York do take the lead. Oh, drama here. And it's the whole stage of Paul McShane, who's done like he has done throughout his career, and twists his way over from dummy half to give York the lead for the first time in this game. And ever since that they've scored, York, they've just stepped up a gear that top of the table sides do, and Halifax just struggling to live with them at the moment. Looked like he was going to go out the back, but McShane, the crafty old operator that he is, went himself, bumped off the fast defender, spun over and plonked the ball down over the line, just beside the post, to give Liam Harris a great opportunity to extend the lead here for York. It all comes from that play, the penalty on the last tackle. Such an expensive penalty there. It's Harris taking all the time in the world with his conversion attempt. Up he steps, the flags go up. Harris is 2 from 2, and York double the lead to the delight of those small but vocal band of York supporters over on that far left hand side. Huge 15 minutes coming up here for Halifax. Can we get back in this game? Whip with the kick off again. Spirals at left, collected by Benjos Bishop to Martin. It's a better defensive effort there. In fact, she's have to keep squeaky clean now as Benjos Bishop takes it up. Brought down by O'Brien. McShane finds Santi. Slips, not for the first time this game, before the defensive line. It makes it easy for O'Brien and McComb to put him down. Here's Thompson. Takes 3 men to put him down. Calcott, Tamatar and Jouffre. McShane waits again. Goes blind. And Bailey will take York past the halfway line. Inman, Calcott and Tamatar go on the tackle again. Last one for York. McShane goes blind. Harris will put the kick in this time. Puts it high. Nofaluma waits underneath it. Collects it. No problem at all. But the York defence is there. But Nofaluma makes the break. Nofaluma still going. Oh, put down by Harris. The Nofaluma makes some 30 great metres there. Saltonstall carries the momentum on. Up towards halfway. Put down by Martin. Here's Whitby. On ball to McComb. Up skipping a jump before the defensive line, but he's brought down 5 metres inside the York half. O'Brien finds Inman, sets back on the inside. Quick clear the ball too. O'Brien jumps out from dummy half, no markers there. Finds Jouffre, brings on Tangata. Great run from Tangata towards centre field. Brings Halifax towards 10. Last one here for the Panthers. O'Brien goes right to Whitby. Long ball out to Graham, and Graham's going to run out of room here. It is. Poor option there from Whitby. And credit the York defence. They got there in numbers to get Charlie Graham out pretty much as soon as they caught it. As we come up towards the last 10 minutes of this game, Halifax Panthers 6, York Knights 12. And York are just eking all the time possible here. It's a dangerous game, only one score up. McShane was having dummy half and he'll steal 10 metres. Put down by Inman, O'Brien and Fairbank there. Here's Thompson. Brilliant run there from Thompson. Great yards. Brought down by Fairbank and Inman, but no markers there really as Harris jumps out from dummy half and gets York to the halfway line. What are the odds if they get within range? They'll go for a drop goal. McShane finds Martin. Brought down by Tangatara and Inman. 40 metres out from the Halifax line. McShane comes back to this near side. Dagger brings on D on the angle. D. Great tackle down low by O'Brien. McShane goes to Harris. Harris puts it high on the last. Saltonstall waits. Jumps this time. He knocks on. It's back to one and Santi's going to go over. No, he goes to Ben Jones Bishop. And York have scored another try here. And is that the try that kills this game off? The York Knights fans over on that far side certainly think so. And it's that man again, Ben Jones Bishop. I'd love to know the last time he played against Halifax and didn't score. But with 10 minutes to go, York go 16 points to 6 up with the kick to come. And it's been a long time since I've seen the momentum of a game change so quickly and so randomly. Halifax were just dominating possession and territory right up until Sam Cook decided to dummy in from dummy half and break up field to feed Ben Jones Bishop, and since then York has scored 3 tries in 10 minutes. And it's like a balloon popped in this place, apart from those York fans, probably about 100 or so of them over on that far side. And Halifax have got to dig deep here to show the character that brought them from behind last week against Batley, but York are top of the table for a reason. On a multiple game winning streak. I think they've won 12 on the trot or something like that. There's Harris. 5 metres in for that far touchline, 25 metres out. Up he steps. He's certainly high enough and long enough. Oh, he's kicked it as well. What a kick. It's familiar faces that are killing Halifax tonight. Ben Jones Bishop and Liam Harris with his boot puts York 18-6 up with less than 10 minutes to go here. Halifax need close to a miracle here as Whitby goes to the short kick-off. Halifax knock it forward and Thompson collects. That's disastrous kick-off. 8 minutes to go, and Santi will bring York out their own 20. It'll just be simple rugby here for York. They don't need to force anything. We could argue it's been very simple rugby that's got into this place already. And Tangatara asks for a knock on. The referee, Matty Lynn, given a penalty. Ruling that their hands in the ruck. And again with Matty Lynn, referee in Halifax, struggling to get any kind of foothold in this game. And York will find halfway for the penalty. It goes to hands to find Martin, who's run brilliantly, especially in his second stint coming on to bring York within 25 metres of the Halifax line. Here's Harris, short ball to Bailey, goes between Jufrey and Tangata, but the door closes. Fairbank helps out. McShane waits at dummy half, finds Harris, throws a dummy, does another dummy. Oh, important tackle coming in there from Adam O'Brien. York within 10 metres of the Halifax line. Harris has come off second best on that tackle. He's holding his calf or shin. He's a tough player, is Liam Harris. You don't see him stay down for nothing. But it still ekes out. Time here for York. And just extra seconds for McShane and Thompson, just to tell the troops what to do. And 18 points to 6. You would no doubt think they would just set up a couple of drives for a drop goal to really twist the knife. There's Liam Harris. There's all sorts of strife there. Medical teams from both sides getting involved there, and he's writhing in agony. The referee stopped the clock. They've just stopped all momentum here. Maybe we could do Halifax a favour here, this stopping momentum, you never know. But Liam Harris has been helped to his feet. And he's going to be helped from the field here by the York physio. I think there's a bit of an argument here going on whether Liam Harris wants to stay on the field. He can barely walk here. Well, if he's staying on the field, he was a man tackle, so he's got to play the ball, surely. And I think the physio is going to tape his leg up. And the referees let him play go on. Well, I thought it'd be an injured player. And play stops, and he's going to carry on. He has to play the ball. But if Jesse D's got the ball, and he's going to play it now. McShane finds Martin, tries to bump off Fairbank. Fairbank does well. Helped out by O'Brien and Inman. McShane, he goes back to Dagger for the 1-pointer. Will Dagger kicks the drop goal, and York get the 3-score lead, and that is the game. 19 points to 6 with 5 minutes to go. And not even Halifax on the best days, even with the history of coming back against York. This is a bridge too far, as Liam Harris has been led from the field eventually. Whipped with a short kick-off, knocked on by York. Halifax picked the ball up, so why didn't it play on? Why isn't it play on? York knocked on. It should actually be a penalty for offside. York knocked on and hit the York player sitting in front of him. It went into the hands of Brandon Douglas, who was making his way downfield. The referee's blown up for a scrum, and Ben Crooks quite rightly going livid, saying why didn't it play on, but not sure what this referee does half the time. Halifax have the scrum, 30 metres out from the outline centre field. Whitby takes the line out of the back to Nofaluma. Nofaluma sets back on the inside. Attack comes in from field and Santi. As Fox looking for a consolation score at least. Here's Whitby. Out of the back to Jufrey. Finds Tangata. Tangata sets back on the inside. Brought down less than 10 metres out. From the outline. O'Brien finds Douglas. Going to Powers over the line. We're brought down just short. Still tackles here for Fax. O'Brien finds Whitby. Third on to Nofaluma. Long ball out to Graham. Goes on the corner and Graham with a finish. Oh, the referee's rule is that he's out in touch. That was a late signal. A very late signal. He practically put the ball down over the line before the referee did the touch time to put his flag up. And with that, the chance has definitely gone. And York will have to play the ball 10 metres out from their own line. And then again, they'll just go through the motions, but them going through the motions has been 60 metre gains. McShane, short to Santi, and Santi takes on 3 fast defenders. Connor Davies back onto the field. McComb and Douglas finish off. Here's Thompson, who's really stepped up the second half. Brought down by Jufrey and Tangata. McShane short to Martin, who's been outstanding for York. Brilliant running from him. Brings York to within 5 halfway. McShane. Short ball to Santi. Santi will bring York not just past the halfway, but up to the 40. Last one for the Knights. McShane takes it himself. Kicks towards the corner. Brilliant game management, but the ball bounces wrong. It goes dead for a 7 tackle set for the 20 metre tap. But at this stage, it doesn't really matter. 2 balls on the field. And even I can't ball to make a joke out of that one. It's Odsal, who was always as toiled and endeavoured all game. Whitby finds Crooks. So it's back on the inside. Tackle comes in from Dagger. And Crooks is injured now. Oh, this could be an expensive night for Halifax with some of the injuries there. It's Connor Davies still going despite the attention of 3 York defenders. Up towards the 30. Brilliant run from Connor there. O'Brien goes right to Whitby. Chips over the top. Back on the inside. Whitby. He's still going. McShane's knocked on. Surely Dagger's offside. But no, the referee just rules it's a scrum. And Halifax finishing with a flourish here, but it's too little too late. And Carl East and his men were left to rue what might have been 6-0 up to the hour mark, and then York with a 3-try blitz in 10 minutes to win this game. Scrums fed 10 metres out from York's line centre field. Jufrey, short ball to Sambu, sorry. Sambu gets the ball away. Back on the inside, Saltonstall. And Saltonstall will score. But it's just a consolation. Saltonstall deserves the score for his efforts tonight. It's purely academic. There's 19 points to 10. With barely a minute to go. Whitby is trying to get out of it quickly with his touchdown conversion. Whitby with a brilliant touchdown conversion there. And that's the game. The future goes. And Halifax can't make it 3 wins on the spin. And the run comes to an end. York revenged the defeat early on in the season in a roller coaster of a game. I said right at the very start, the crazy train of the season for Halifax, the crazy train of a game tonight. Halifax 6-0 up at half time, looking to put pressure on to win the game, but then Ben Jones Bishop, as he always seems to do against Halifax, with a sucker punch of a try. Paul McShane took the lead for York with a dummy half scoot over, and Ben Jones Bishop with a try that sealed it. Harris kicked 3 from 3. Will Bagger with a drop goal to twist the knife, and then James Saltonstall with a consolation try on the hooter, which Whitby converted. It was too little too late, and the final score here, Odsal, it's round 19 clash. York showing the top of the league for a reason. The final score, Halifax 12, York 19.